to ET English, the unique English language learning feature of the Education Times. This recording is brought to you by Achini Abegunwadana and her team at London Academy of Speech. The Education Times comes to you every week with the Sunday Times, a leading publication of Vijay Newspapers Limited. ET English introduces a unique way of learning English through stories. It has a short prose passage taken from a novel, a picture story, both of which are being published in episodes every week. All the lessons and activities that are given in the feature are from these two stories. Many English scholars accept that when you learn a language through stories, you remember them better. Further, the picture story will complement this by adding the visual component as well, where it will help the readers create vivid images in their minds, helping them to remember those dialogues and words through those incidents. The first episode of ET English appeared in the Education Times section on the 13th of September 2015. Now, we are going to bring the audio version of this feature where you can listen to the stories and lessons. First, the picture story, secondly, the novel, and finally, the lessons. To get the best out of this feature, we suggest that you get a copy of the Education Times and also a dictionary. It will also help if you have read the feature once or twice on your own. At the same time, try to get the correct pronunciation by listening to the audio attentively and repeatedly and trying to read it after every dialogue, emulating the voices that you hear. You will now listen to the ET English lesson number 50 that appeared in the Education Times section of the Sunday Times on the 28th of August 2016. This page will be uploaded to the ET English website on the 5th of September 2016. We begin with a story written by Ranjit Gunaratna and illustrated by Anton B. Pereira. iGeners, Episode 40. I know you will email me, but I don't have an email account or a computer.
Not a big deal. I'll create an email account for you and you can check mail at a net cafe.
Good idea. But you know, I have other problems too.
I know, Nimali. However, let's find a way.
Sahas and his sister are outside their annex. Malli, when is she coming back?
She? Who?
Your girlfriend. Sorry, I mean just friend. Ha ha ha.
Oh, Nimali. I don't know. I didn't ask her.
Come on, I'm your sister. Don't ever lie to me.
Honest to God. I don't know. And I don't know what's come over you.
Anyway, invite her to our place when she's back.
Let's see.
Bertie, I'm really worried about Hans.
Why is that? He's a fine boy. What's wrong?
Everything. Simply everything is wrong.
I really don't know what you're talking about.
Ratnapala's Scarecrow, taken from The Mirror of Paradise by Asghar Hussain, Episode 17.
The others followed, proceeding to the center of the field and watched as the henchman pushed Ratnapala forward to witness his demon burn. This was the big moment. Apuhami paused before it and looked around at the crowd. Then, with a flourish, he pulled the cloth aside. The crowd let out a gasp, and the flaming torch dropped from his hand. A fat comical figure with an effeminate grin stared back at him. The people cupped their hands over their mouths to suppress their laughter. And standing there before it, Appuhami saw the end of his great ambitions. For in this ridiculous scarecrow, he was shocked to discover himself.
The end. Let's look at the lessons for this week. Activity 1. Read the text and match the responses in column B with the questions in column A. Column A, questions. 1. What did the henchman do? 2. After pausing before the demon, what did Appuhami do? 3. What did he do with a flourish? 4. As the flaming torch dropped from his hand, what did the crowd do? 5. How did the people suppress their laughter? Column B, responses. A. He pulled the cloth aside. B. They cupped their hands over their mouths. C. He looked around at the crowd. D. They pushed Ratnapala forward to witness his demon burn. E. The crowd let out a gasp. Activity 2. Look at the text and see how the word "and" is used. It is used to join two simple sentences together. Look at the examples given below and learn to join sentences with "and". Example 1. Appuhami paused before it. He looked around at the crowd. When you join these two sentences using "and", the result would be Appuhami paused before it and looked around at the crowd. Example 2. The crowd let out a gasp. The flaming torch dropped from his hand. And when you use the word "and", you can get the following sentence as a result. The crowd let out a gasp and the flaming torch dropped from his hand. Now, read the sentences given below and join them with "and". 1. The first sentence is, Appuhami asked the villagers to follow him. 2. He went to the center of the field. Question number 2. First sentence, Appuhami carried a flaming torch. Second sentence, it dropped from his hand. Question number 3. Sentence number 1. A fat comical figure with an effeminate grin stared at Appuhami. 2. He was ashamed. Question number 4. Sentence 1. The people cupped their hands over their mouths. 2. They suppressed their laughter. Question number 5. Sentence number 1. Appuhami was ridiculed. 2. He learnt a good lesson.
Activity 3. Read the text carefully. It has 12 personal pronouns and they are marked 1 to 12 and given in italics. Write to what or whom they refer to. One example is given. Number 1. His, Ratnapala. Number 2. It. Number 3. He. Number 4. His. Number 5. He. Number 6. There. Number 7. There. Number 8. There. Number 9. It. Number 10. His. Number 11. He. Number 12. Himself.
Activity 4. Read the picture story and answer the questions given. 1. Why can't Nimali send emails to Dilki? 2. How does Dilki suggest to solve the problem? 3. Who is Sahas's sister? 4. What did Nuani ask Sahas about Nimali? 5. Whose parents are Yvonne and Bertie? The word bank for this week. Most of the meanings given are relevant to the context of the stories. 1. Net cafe, a place which provides internet access to the public. 2. Flourish, successful. 3. Gasp, take a quick deep breath with your mouth open. 4. Comical figure, funny guy. 5. effeminate, looking, behaving, or sounding like a woman or a girl. 6. Grin, smile widely. 7. Cupped, to place one's curved hand or hands over or around. 8. Suppress, to prevent yourself from having or expressing a feeling or an emotion. 9. Ambition, something that you want to do or achieve very much. 10. Ridiculous, very silly or unreasonable. 11. Shocked, surprised and upset. 12. Discover, to find something that was hidden or you did not expect to find. The answers for last week's lessons. Activity 2. 1C, 2A, 3E, 4F, 5B, 6D. Activity 3. 1. Went, 2. Assembled, 3. Proceeded, 4. Wore, 5. Held, 6. Approached, 7. Saw, 8. Covered, 9. Rushed, 10. Dragged. Activity 4. 1. He was riding his bike. 2. He lives in the US. 3. She told him the problems she faced in her school. 4. He's planning to take Dilki to the US for her higher studies. 5. No, she doesn't. Dear listeners, thank you very much for taking the time to listen to our recording brought to you by the London Academy of Speech. You are welcome to give us your feedback and suggestions on the telephone numbers and the email address given in the ET English feature in the Education Times section. This recording has been voiced by Achini together with Aloka, Channa and Nashali. We shall meet you again with ET English Lesson 51. Until then, goodbye and happy learning.